I had my shower pan liner laying out in the sun. A lot easier to work with when you have it laying out in the sun like that. It's a really thick material. If you don't have any sunshine where you're at, use like a space heater and put it in a small room. That'll work. But it's just a lot more easier to work with when you do something like that. So right now we're going to line this up. Any extra shower pan liner you want, you always want it up against the wall because you're going to be cutting at the base of the shower curb. Brand new blade on your box cutter. Also, as you see that I put all my screws pretty much as high as I can put them. You never perforate the pan. That means don't put a hole in the pan anywhere other than when you put in your 3-piece drain flange. And the only reason you do that is because when we go to put the silicone down and then put your hole in, that no water will ever penetrate underneath the pan liner. And you're gonna find your holes in your drain flange. I've already lifted mine up. I know one's here. And the correct way to do this is, you see people on YouTube leaving the screw in there and putting a big X and putting this through. That's gonna leave you a bigger hole. I don't like that. So what you're gonna do is stick your finger in the little hole and find it and just make a little tiny X. And that's the reason I had you guys put a new razor blade on your box cutter. And all the other holes are right across from it, so I'm trying to locate it. Should be across from it, or so we thought. Oh, there's one of them right there. And before you guys start cutting these little X's out, for a beginner, you need to make sure that when I stick my fingers in these corners right here, that my shower pan liner allows me to run my fingers along the bottom, because you're going to want your mortar to be tucked right up against this wall. And the reason being is if you have these screws too high and your shower pan liner too high, you need to make sure this is tucked in perfectly. It's a thick material to work with, so that's why I'm pretty much specifying it that you guys do that. Alright, we got 2 holes done. Wherever the other one is. Sorry it's taking so long. Okay. Well, you guys get the idea there. So we're going to run a bead of silicone underneath the shower pan liner on the drain, and then we're going to insert our screws. Around our center ring, and what you're going to do is don't cut a circle out in there. If you cut a circle in there, it can cause water to go back build up. Even though we've siliconed it, probably wouldn't. Just cut an X in there, smaller than the drain. Don't go all the way up to the lip. I leave about a 1/2 inch from the plastic rim, and you're going to make it tear out and push in. I actually have to get my sealer out because we didn't want dirt going up in there. See, now we're going to push down and turn. Take this split. Let it do tearing on its own when you cut that X. Alright. Try to show you guys what it looks like from up above. That's what yours should look like. This part for you guys in real time so you guys can see exactly what's going on. Here's what we're doing. We're hiding the fold under here. You can see what I've done here is I've gapped my shower pan liner, whatever these want to call it, that hold up the shower pan liner just in case I've backed them up about 1/4 of an inch to account for the fold. You guys don't have to do this, but it'll allow you for a more flush wall when you're doing your tile. And what we're gonna do is fold it inwards like that. Put a screw in there. Tuck it in, up. Make sure your line is straight, the one going up. If you want it to be straight, you pull this in like that. Also, make sure that your corner is all the way deep in there. Right now mine's not so perfect, it's off by 1/4 inch. Put your liner up right here. You gotta keep playing with it. Don't put your screw in until you're ready. Okay, I think I got it to about where I want it. I'll put a temporary screw over here just to hold it for me. Okay, next, grab another screw. So when I cut this, I'm gonna make sure it's not gonna move on me later. And go to the very top, right here. You're pretty much safe as long as you put your screws in above where your shower curb is, because you know water's never really gonna get there. The purpose of having this all the way up like that is just because if water ever did like evaporate, seep up, you know, after long periods of time. Probably not gonna happen anyways, but I'm pretty confident in that right there. Got a good fold. And take your razor blade, and what you're gonna do, you gotta cut a straight line here. And you gotta go straight up. That's why I told you guys get a new blade. Go right up against center. Pretty much in there. Take your time and cut slow. And if you do mess this up a little bit, you could fix it, but make sure that you guys get the correct product. There's this product here called Oatey Shower and PVC Pan Liner Adhesive Cement. Don't try to use something else for like PVC pipes. It's not gonna work. Get this stuff about 10, 11 bucks. All right, see how I've got that folded over? Went a little over there, but it's okay. I'm gonna clean up my cut. Oh, actually I didn't. I cut it pretty good. Once I straightened my shower pan liner up where you guys can't see this way, this fell right into place. So, pretty good cut there. This corner can get pretty tricky for a lot of people. You gotta be pretty crafty. And you're doing the same concept and folding it. And what I did in my corner here, I drew a straight line going up and down inside of the corner of the curb, just up to about the 3 inches, the length of the entire curb right here, and it stopped, just to give me a good line. And on the other side, I used a leveling bar just as the edge, and when I had it held up in the air straight up, I took a pen and I marked up from that center point all the way up. And I'm gonna put a cut in there, and the only reason I'm gonna put a cut in there, and you're not supposed to perforate the pan, but you've got to get this shower pan liner over the curb, and most of these kits right here come with a dam, and we're going to use the PVC glue, and we're going to put it over it like that. Okay. Cut an extra piece of shower pan liner that was extra, and I'm going to show you guys how we're going to do this. And I'm going to go underneath, not over. So if water ever does get over, it's going to go over. If you do this, then it will stop at the curb or try to go underneath. So we're going to triple bury this. Watch this. What I mean by triple is, actually I'm going to put a little cut right here. That way I can go up and under. So not only is it going to have this support blocking the water, the shower dam, and also when you put your curb over it, you're going to have the red guard membrane. So you got 3 membranes. So I'm confident that we have nothing to worry about. hold it for about 5 minutes. All dry. Now we're gonna put our shower dam in. Butter all this up. Put it on both sides, make sure it got everywhere. Push that down for about 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, I got my dam corner all in, and I know you got this big bunched up piece here, but I'm going to lift up my pan liner when this is completely dry, and to account for this, I don't know, maybe 2 millimeters, slightly, almost a 1/4 inch, not even. I'm going to use my oscillating tool here and grind out my curb a little bit to account for that. When my curb gets wrapped with backer board, then red guard and all that. So I feel a lot safer than just putting a slit in here and then putting my shower dam in. Because in order for the water to get there, if this ever didn't hold up, it would only have about a 1/4 inch to an inch to get into underneath the pan liner. So what I've done, as you guys saw, is folded it up, and my cut started here in this corner. I used another piece here underneath, glued that on, and now I have a fold. So the fold that I got going on, in order for water to penetrate through here, it's gonna have to climb up and over my shower curb. So by the time that I get water under here, it will be just as bad as getting to here. The only difference is you have a little bit of a bunch here. I got 3 layers, which I just told you guys I'm gonna account for by cutting out the wood in my shower curb. So that way I'll sleep a lot better at night knowing that I'm not gonna have water penetrating underneath my shower pan liner. So I think this is a better way of doing it. It's a little bit more work, but it's a better job. So you brush this stuff on, count to about 20 seconds to 30 seconds, and then place the rubber down, the PVC dam corner down, and that way it's a lot more tackier. You're not sitting here holding it for 20 minutes. So that'll help. Shower pan liner fully installed, and you think you're ready to move to the next step to put in your muds for your slope. Don't go forward without doing this. I've used packaging tape and sealed up my hole. I'm gonna fill it up with water, let it sit for about a day, just in case. You want to make sure that it's not leaking through the ceiling. So you got your shower pan liner installed. Just remember, when you do this, never ever put a cut from this point to your shower curb. You don't do it, you avoid it. You see what I've done? It was really easy to gouge out a little bit of the shower curb to account for the thickness of the overlap that was needed in order not to cut my shower pan liner from the floor to the 4-inch mark of the 2x4s to account for it.